Real quick. We had a good meeting. I've known Pete for a while. He's going to be a great Secretary of Defense. He understands it. As I tell him, we don't need a general officer, admiral, or a person of high command. We need a drill sergeant in the military. We need somebody to straighten the military out, to get the woke, the DEI affiliation out, and go from there.
And you don't have any concerns about the allegations against him in the New Yorker article, sir?
No, I've looked at all the personal stuff, and again, I've known him for a long time, and there's not going to be anything to this at the end of the day.
What did he tell you about that specifically?
We didn't talk about it. No.
You didn't even ask him?
No, not here. And I've talked to him on the phone and all that. Once he speaks with y'all, I'll let him speak about personal stuff. I'm not going to get into that.
But Senator, what do you think the difference is that he's going to bring? What's the difference he's going to bring?
Somebody for the warfighter, somebody that's not for the upper echelon. He's to make the military stronger, better, better trained, put the money in the right spot. Again, he's going to be for the people that actually do the fighting, not for the people that plan the fighting. And again, you need the planners at the top, but we need somebody that's going to handle the people that actually are in the military for the right reasons to defend the United States of America and its allies.
3 million people or so in the Department of Defense. What makes you confident he can handle an organization of that size?
Well, again, I've known him for a while. Pete's the type of guy that he's going to work. He's got great work ethic. He's very, very smart. He understands the business side as well as the military side. Been in 20 years. He's actually fought in wars. But he is a good age too. Somebody that can relate to the young men and women that we need to recruit in the military. Our military right now is running on fumes because we cannot get enough men and women into the military to want to fight for the United States of America because they don't want to get into a military that's woke, that doesn't believe in the past reference of what this country teaches our military. We need a machine that's going to protect the country and its allies.
But Senator, these are really serious allegations that were in this New Yorker article in particular, saying that he got pushed out essentially, stepped aside from 2 organizations he ran because of concerns of his personal misconduct, about sexual misconduct, financial mismanagement. Doesn't any of that concern you?
No. Well, I'm going to leave that to his explanation of all that. I can't comment on that. Obviously, if it's to a certain degree, people are not going to vote to confirm him. But what I know and what I've talked to him about, what I've read, what I've studied, and been around him, I'll vote for him.
But why not ask him about that?
Why not? Well, I've asked him, and he had a good explanation, but I'm not going to try to explain to y'all about his personal endeavors over the many years. I mean, that's up to him. That's not up to me.
Well,
And well, I'm not going to explain it to you because I don't want to get it wrong.
So he might have to go more than a month until he gets a confirmation hearing. Do you think he needs to come out and defend himself forcefully and make that explanation public?
I mean, again, that's up to him.
Advise and consent. Would you advise him?
Well, I would. Eventually, he's going to have to come out and start visiting with the media. I think right now his #1 objective is to go out and sell himself to, at least 51 or 52 senators. That's the job he needs to do to get confirmed. And at the end of the day, he's got to be well prepared for the hearings that'll come up somewhere probably about 8th, 9th, 10th of January. So he's got a month and a half to put all that together. But I'm going to leave the personal stuff between y'all and him whenever he has an opportunity to sit down with you and explain, the allegations that y'all are pushing out there.
How did he try to sell himself to you today? What was he saying about his experience and his ability to lead?
No, today all we talked about was military, about recruiting, about the Pentagon that's way overbloated. We talked about things in Alabama. Obviously, we're a big military state, 7 military bases, 1,000 defense contractors. We make ships, submarines, missiles. We do it all. And he has been to Huntsville, where we have a lot of that. So it's more of a personal thing for me in terms of what he knows about Huntsville, what he's going to need to know in the future.
How
other Senate Republicans feeling about his nomination? Are they feeling as positive as you are at this point?
I think most of them are. Again, I can't speak for them. You'll have to ask them, but he's going to do this. He's going to do his due diligence. And again, we'll meet. I think we're having a meeting tonight with about 12 or 15 more senators as a group that will meet with him. And but he's got to continue to do this. He's going to have to answer a lot of questions, not just to y'all, but to people that are going to either possibly give him a confirmation vote or not give him a confirmation vote.
Have you spoken to Donald Trump about it?
I have not.
How do you feel about Trump potentially firing Christopher Wray and replacing him with Kash Patel?
Well, I think that's his prerogative. I call it the fake Bureau of Investigation. What I've seen since I've been here, there's been way too many things that have gone wrong with our FBI. There's a lot of good people in the FBI, but it needs to be overhauled, just like the military. And I think Kash Patel will be very good at it. I've known Kash for every year since I've been up here. I've had an opportunity to sit down with him and speak about a lot of different things: military, intelligence, DOD, all the things he's been involved in. But I think Kash Patel is going to be a really good director of the FBI.
What do you think about the president pardoning his son?
President Biden, well, I'll put it this way. If it was my son, I'd pardon him too. But here's what I didn't like. Don't lie to us. Don't tell us you're not going to do it and then do it. That's not what a president should be like. You know, if you're going to do it, which he should have at the end of the day when somebody asks him that, I'll make that decision later. But don't lie to the American people, because it's not upholding to the President of the United States. But it won't be the last pardon. I'm sure there will be a lot of other family members down the line that will get a pardon closer to the inauguration. But this has been a tough time for our country. Having a family like this involved in all things they've been involved in, I'm not going to prosecute and put guilt on anybody right now. But I think in the future, the things I've seen, you're going to see a lot of things come out that's going to be very unbecoming to this administration.
What do you think of Trump choosing Charles Kushner, who's been pardoned by Trump himself for crimes he pleaded guilty to be the ambassador of France?
I know I didn't even look at that, so I can't even comment. Huh?
You'll get a vote.
Well, I know I'll get a vote, but I haven't looked at that. Any other questions? Got to go.
Talking all about Middle East policy today, the president-elect on Truth Social earlier said that if the hostages aren't released by January 20th, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East.
Well, I mean, the president's going to speak for himself on that, and I think a lot of us believe that, hey, they've been over there too long. There hadn't been enough done from this administration to get our hostages home. It is a mess in the Middle East. It's a mess now in Syria with Russia. It's a mess with Ukraine and Russia. It's devastating. Could be possibly devastating with China in the near future. We got so many things going on right now. We can't focus on one. That's the reason we need to get our military in the right position with somebody like Pete Hegseth, and we got to get our FBI in the right position. We got to get Tulsi Gabbard confirmed, going in the right direction. We got so many things going on right now. We can't take care of our country. We need to get back to basics, and I think these people will help us. Thank y'all. Got to go. Got to go. Thank you.